Yo guys, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about how 90% of entrepreneurs are pretty much lying to you. Everyone who's saying that remote closing, that appointment setting, copywriting, marketing agency, drop shipping, it doesn't matter what the business is. If they're telling you it's easy, then you need to run the other way. Because here's why. Maybe it's simple, but it's not easy. You need to make that distinction in your head. Something might be very simple, it's very clear what the action steps are, you know exactly what you need to do, but showing up every day to do it, that's not easy. Showing up to do things even though you don't feel like it, that's not easy. Showing up and risking failure, that's not easy. Risking rejection, that's not easy, right? Maybe if you're in the game and some people are naturally they take rejection better, maybe they're better at sales naturally, right? Maybe it's a bit easier to them, but for the majority of people, and I speak for most of them, it's not going to be easy, right? If I ever told you, and I'll say this as well, if I ever told you on YouTube that remote closing, that appointment setting is easy, then I apologize right now, because this shit it will really bring the real you out. It will really bring the best out of you, right? When I was in uni, for example, and I was broke, I rarely went out. I couldn't afford to eat out. All I spent my time doing while everyone else was partying, while everyone else was figuring out, and I hate to sound cliche, but while everyone else was partying, while everyone was going out every weekend, drinking, stuff like that. And I did have my fun here and there, I did do that, but it was nowhere to the degree of my peers, right? What did I spend the rest of my time doing? I spent the rest of my time recording YouTube videos, spend the rest of my time working on my laptop several hours a day when I wasn't having lectures, trying to figure this coaching business out. I was trying to figure out the basics, again, simple stuff. I was trying to figure all that out, and it wasn't easy. Simple does not mean easy. I was trying to figure out how to sign clients. I was figuring out how to grow my social media. I was trying to figure out how to make my offer irresistible, better than the market. I was figuring out how to do sales. I was figuring out finances while in uni, while I had exams. It's not easy, guys. Trust me, it's not easy. And from now on, I won't be sugarcoating it, like how easy it is, because it's not easy. I don't know how many times I said easy. You take a shot every time I say easy. So yeah, that's one example. When I was in uni, trying to figure out how to grow my coaching business. And even after all that, guys, it didn't take off. It didn't take off, very inconsistent. And there was a lot I learned from it. I don't regret going through that process. I don't regret it at all. I don't regret it at all. But even after all that, guys, it didn't work out, plain and simple. And then when I got into appointment setting, that was when, and here's the thing as well, here's why I don't regret this, because if I hadn't gone through that period, then I would have sucked as an appointment setter. I wouldn't be where I am today if I was as an appointment setter and getting into closing too, right? So when I'm an appointment setter, yes, it's simple. Maybe I got the hang of certain things much easier because I've been in the game much longer. I have had more time in the game. That's all it comes down to. It comes down to time in the game. It comes down to reps, because you start to catch certain patterns that you just see from a mile away now. And when you get to a certain level, that's what happens. But if you're just starting out, and I'm going to speak for the guys who are starting out, this stuff is not easy. I understand. You having to go land a position, that's not easy. Everyone else is trying to do the same thing. Everyone else is out there waking up every day. They are sending massive DMs. They're sending mass DMs. They're trying everything they can to land a position. So already you're in massive competition. So that's the first thing. Okay, maybe you get past that. Maybe you land an interview. Maybe you ace that interview. That's cool. Now what? Now you have to perform, because otherwise you're going to lose your job. So what do you do then? You have to learn how to appointment set. You have to learn how to do follow-ups. You have to learn how to get rejected. You have to learn. There's a bunch of stuff you have to learn, guys. Again, this is for beginners. There's a lot of stuff that you have to learn, and I understand it's not easy, right? That's going to be a process in it of itself. When I was running my coaching business and I was appointment setting, it took me 4 months for this to finally click in my head. So all the stuff that you see, all the content that you see on YouTube, all the things that I've posted about appointment setting, about remote sales, that took months for it to click for me in my personal experience. Guys, there are people out there who's had it way luckier, and it's clicked much faster for them. I don't want to say lucky, but it's clicked much faster for them, and that's good on them. But you have to realize, even me, it took me 4 months for it to finally click. So what does it mean when it didn't click before, right? I was overthinking every conversation. I was overthinking every conversation. I didn't know what to say. I didn't have the work ethic. I wasn't consistent enough. I wasn't putting in the volume. Simple things like that it takes to become a successful appointment setter and actually start making decent money from. It took months to cultivate that habit. It took months to cultivate that sort of character, right? And that's just appointment setting too. Wait till you get to sales. Wait till you get to, when you start taking sales calls and start speaking to potential business owners, or potential clients, right? That's a whole new ballpark in and of itself. I know people in door-to-door people in door-to-door, maybe 12 months ago, they were starting completely from scratch. And all they had to do is knock on hundreds and hundreds of doors every single month, every single week, every single day. That's what they had to do. They had to grind it out, but what other choice did they have? What were they gonna do, give up? And then look at them now. I know a guy who came out here, Thailand, he made 15K a month doing door-to-door in Canada, right? Yeah, it's amazing. Everyone wants that. Everyone wants everyone wants that end goal. But what they're willing to do, it doesn't add up. What he did, it added up. That's why he got the 15K a month. That's why he got the result, right? But you really got to ask yourself, like, am I really cut out? Not am I really cut out for this, because I believe almost anyone can cultivate that. But the question you need to be asking is, am I prepared to go through all of this in the next couple months? Am I prepared to put myself through hell in these next couple months, right? So yeah, guys, anyone who tells you it's easy, they are pretty much lying to you. And maybe they do find it easy now. Again, they've just learned so much from it. They've done so much reps. So now it's easy to them. But if they were to go back in time and if they were a beginner again and they didn't know what they knew like right now, then they wouldn't be saying the same thing, would they? Right? They've kind of lost touch with the people who are starting out. So yeah, it's not easy, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This journey is it can get tough sometimes. It's got high highs and it's got low lows. And if you're not prepared to go through that, then you need to really consider the journey. You really got to consider this, you know? So yeah, just a quick video I wanted to make. Again, right now, I'll tell you again, right now I've got, I think 6 calls lined up tomorrow, 6 sales calls, because as I told you guys before, I'm getting into remote closing. I did closing when I was doing my old coaching business, but it didn't really work out. I've closed deals here and there. The leads weren't very good back then, but now I've got qualified leads, so there's not really an excuse for me not to close, and I'll keep you guys updated. So, got 6 sales calls tomorrow. We'll let you know how that goes. And yeah, it relates back to things not being easy. This is not easy stuff. I've had to run mock calls. I've had to go over the framework. I've had to etch this shit in my brain because I really want this badly. I really want to make this work. So I've got to do what's required. Okay? So, quick little video I want to make. Takeaway is, it's not easy. Guys, it's not easy. Maybe it's simple, but it's not easy. It's going to take a lot of time in the game. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of asking for help. And it's going to take a lot of patience and consistency from you. So once you do that first step, then the rest is history. So hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you are interested and you really do genuinely think that this journey is for you, book in a call down below. We'll see if you're a good fit. You can either speak to me, Elijah, or the rest of the team. And if you wanted to know everything that I've learned in these past 2, coming up to 3 years of appointment setting, all condensed into one PDF, into one guide, then I just made a new appointment setting guide down below. You can go check it out as well. So go cop that if you haven't. Anyways, guys, make sure you enjoyed. Make sure you share this with a friend who needs it. And yeah, just keeping it real. See ya.